all started with a lump behind my ear. I actually had the surgery and I thought that was it. About a little over 11 months later, 3 more appeared. I had to have the whole parotid gland removed. If I hadn't had the surgery, it gave me approximately 2 years to live.
Well, I've had a history of ear issues from a very young age, about 11 or 12, had operations. A disease that was very hard to explain. It was cholesteatoma. Effectively, the ear had been stable until a few years ago where I decided to try and reactivate the ear. So those new scans showed up a recurrence of the original cholesteatoma. And unfortunately for me, that meant that not only was the reactivation not possible, but major surgery was then required.
Horror would be a good word, anxiety. I didn't know how I was going to turn out. I still didn't realise that I would live through it.
That process was then kind of a year of planning for the surgery and getting the family ready. They were difficult sort of time.
And then the most wonderful part was that she showed me the 3D imaging. She actually was able to show me exactly how they were going to take out the parotid gland, how she was going to come in and do all the bone work.
It was difficult to kind of get the conceptual, what's going on inside a skull. It's a very mysterious place. And so it's very difficult to explain, particularly to children, or in my case, older children. So the idea of the model then was, well, it's much more contained, it's specifically to me. I could get little bits of aluminium foil, crush them up into the shape of the disease and put it in the little cavity that it created. So I know my kids ran away and said that's gross, but by the time we got to the surgery, I understood what was going to occur, or I understood and my family understood, which was very different, I think, from the initially, which was this sort of strange black cloud that appeared after 30 years and something had to be done.
The difference to me was that I knew what was going to happen to me. It was the first time that I could actually see what was going to happen. And the 3D imaging was just so incredible that you could see everything. Your ear canals, your eye sockets, even where your brain sat. It was just amazing. I just understood it. It was like a light coming on in the rain.
Before, if you said carotid artery and facial nerve and brain cavity, it just everything sounds like a massive problem, which it probably is. But when you put it into a model and you can visualise the process of this growth, my information base was much stronger, so the confidence was stronger.
I think for patients going through what I did, it would be very important, because I think if they had more understanding of what's happening to them, they'll feel more empowered.
You're not just looking at it for fun. It's got some real purpose, and that's that was what was exciting about being involved in it, because it was relatively early. But seeing technologies used in a way that's kind of human, I wouldn't say I enjoyed going through that, but it was at least almost therapeutic to figure out exactly what was needed. So, and I still have one of them at home. So it's a trophy.